A campaign is underway to stop houses being built on an area of woodland in Highcliffe in Dorset.
Some residents say a proposed development would cut the woodland corridor through their village in half and destroy its character.
But the landowner says some trees are dying and the site is appropriate for development. Richard Slee has been hearing the arguments from both sides.
I'm not getting into an argument. All I'm doing is putting my case.
When word got round that we were interviewing the owner of the woodland, a crowd gathered and Chris Bulstrode welcomed the opportunity to explain.
You just want to build houses.
We built those, for example, 350 of them. So most of you are living in houses we built.
Chris says a lot of the trees in the wood are in poor condition, and that's why, as requested by the local council, he's cut down many of them since he bought the land in 2015.
The site was purchased from Dorset County Council on the basis that we would obtain planning permission, which we're trying to do. This particular land was designated a highway relief road until 2007. It is now been allocated as sustainable building land.
The 3 acres in question make up a strip of woodland that runs through the village. If it's built on, then the land is split in two.
The developer says cutting down these trees is just good forestry management.
No, that's nonsense, absolute nonsense. He wants to develop this wood. We want to save it. He's trying to strip out the site tree by tree so that when a planning inspector comes along to have a look at it, he can say, well, actually this is more like a development site than a woodland. If we lose it, it will be a catastrophe for Highcliffe.
This local environmental campaigner says the wood is a wildlife haven. Adam has filmed badgers and otters in nearby gardens.
The UK is facing a biodiversity crisis, and that places like this are so important to protect. And that's why residents have been fighting this developer for the last 7 years, because it's not just about a few trees, it's about the collapse of the local ecosystem.
The campaigners claim that this is an essential resource for the village. It's an open space where there's important wildlife that roam.
Well, where you can see the deer and the badgers, and you can see the rabbits, and you don't need to go any further. You can see yourself. It's just not true.
This argument is all about the status of the land. Is it a haven for wildlife, or, as the landowner claims, a site already earmarked for development and therefore a prime location for housing? An appeal against the refusal of planning permission for 16 homes here will be heard later this year. Richard Slee, ITV News, Highcliffe.